happened to be high on fentanyl and methamphetamine, and trying to use a fake bill to purchase something. And so in my opinion, George Floyd was a criminal. He was a criminal. And just because he was a criminal doesn't mean he deserved to die at the knee of a police officer. But it does mean that I am not going to play a part of the broken Black culture that always wants to martyr criminals, who wants to pretend they were these upstanding human beings that just wanted to help society, that just wanted to reach out and uplift society. And he has a rap sheet that is long, that is dangerous. He was an example of a violent criminal his entire life. Okay, up until the very last moment. Now, again, I want to be clear. This is not a defense for Derek Chauvin. No one that I have spoken to, no one in the news is defending Derek Chauvin. He is getting what he has coming to him. Okay, great. But why are we pretending that this criminal should be upheld as a citizen, as a martyr in Black America? A martyr for a fake narrative, by the way. Police brutality, racially motivated police brutality is a myth. Okay, so let's get into that. Not only are we using this death, right, and allowing it to cause these riots and protests, pretending this was some upstanding citizen in the Black community who was tackled down and killed for no reason, right? Not only are we allowing it to inspire riots in which Black people are dying, in which actual upstanding Black citizens are dying. Case in point, I'm sure you guys have all now seen David, the sheriff that just was shot and killed because he was trying to protect a pawn shop. Please look him up if you haven't seen it. I'm blanking on his last.
About this clip. Y'all check this out.
No.
Can you shut your mouth for a minute?
No.
Because I actually work in the ghetto. I see the people.
Do you know why they're in that
physically go and
position?
I see these people.
Do you understand the systematic
They
and
get all
historical
kinds
reason
of
for why they're in
chances
that
and
position?
They don't care. All they want to do is be ghetto.
No.
Yes, there's
No.
some that don't, and there's good people.
No.
Most of them just want to suck off the system or do something bad like drugs or gangs, and that's all they.
They
care
have
about.
been oppressed. They have
It
not been
doesn't
given
matter.
the
They
same
get the
opportunities
chances.
you have
Yes,
had.
they do, and there's plenty of Black people.
No, they don't,
There's
Dad.
plenty of
And you not
minorities.
recognizing that as an issue is the reason why it's still continuing today.
I see them all over. There's all kinds of successful people that are of color. It doesn't matter what color, brown, white.
But it's a lot
orange,
harder for
yellow.
them to get to that
It doesn't
position.
matter. When they do, they're fine. But there's always filthy animals. And that
You're calling people of color black
No.
animals. You're calling them animals. Are you kidding me?
You didn't let me finish.
That's not
I'm
okay.
talking about the
No,
truth
no
part,
matter what,
too.
that's not okay. No matter what, it's
It
not
is
okay.
okay.
Racism is not okay. Why do you think that racism is okay?
Oh, that's mine.
Really, I'm gonna look at. No, I'm looking at
That's
statistics
my
right
medal. I
now.
gotta get a necklace.
Your statistics they can be warped. Statistics can be warped. You want me to show you videos?
Why are my?
Do you want me to show you videos of cops? I will do it.
Why are statistics wrong?
Because they can be warped. I'm not giving statistics right now. They can be warped. Personal experiences can't.
No, because this is actually putting it into play. When you.
Do I need to show you a bunch of videos of cops attacking protesters? Peaceful protesters.
Watch that
Listen
shit.
to this. This is the number.
You mean I'm informed and educated?
You're not though.
Yes, I
You're
am.
one-sided informed.
Mom, I was watching political stuff and you said to turn that off because you don't want to hear about it. That means that I am educated on it and you are not.
I'm sick of hearing it.
The fact that you can have that ignorance for the majority is bliss.
Okay.
Ignorance for the minority
So I'm
is
looking at statistics
destruction.
that are wrong. This is just pure wrong information out there.
Just give me the statistic.
In 2017, 457 white people were shot to death by the police in the United States.
Okay.
223 were black.
76% of the population is white. 13% is black.
I
If-
get that.
If they were being killed at the exact same rate by police officers, the rate of black people being killed would be 8.9. But it's not. It's 24%. The rate of white people being killed should be about where it is. So they're being killed at a higher rate. There's more white people, meaning that the amount of people killed by cops who are white would be higher
the reaction of the person. I'm not saying
Because they're
I'm
tired.
not saying it's
They're
right.
tired of being treated
I'm
that
not
way.
saying it's right.
Good.
But if they started teaching them that this is the world that we live in, you don't want to be killed. Why do you think your friend's father taught him that?
So that his
that
black son doesn't end up dead like Tamir Rice.
Because he doesn't want him to grow up with a chip on his shoulder that
He doesn't
no
want his
police...
black son to end up dead.
Exactly.
That's not okay. Why do you think that's okay?
Because...
Why is it something that you're okay with? Why is that a reality that you're okay with?
I'm okay with it.
But you are.
No, I'm not.
So stand against it. So stand against it. If you're not okay with it, so stand against
when
it.
I'll stand against it? When the black people in the ghetto stop carrying an illegal weapon. When the black people in the ghetto stop murdering each other.
I'll start caring about cops when they stop killing black people.
I'll start caring about black people when they stop killing cops. You can go back and forth forever, Haley.
That's crazy. I do commend her for speaking up and what she believes in, despite of what her parents are saying, because her mother and her father spoke on it. And like I tell people all the time, us as a black person or any other type of person, you don't know these type of things go on in these households. Like, it's just like white folks. You're not living with black folks, and black folks, we're not living with white folks. We don't know what, the stuff that they discuss, and that's why it's so important that you watch what you see on TV, because if you don't teach yourself, someone will, and the government and the powers that be have done a good job with that by putting all type of shit on TV. Because like I say, you ain't born racist. You taught to be racist, and you mimic what you see. You see this white Jesus on the wall. You feel like white folks are more superior over other races. Like, you got to be. It's just common sense. If we had plaster black Jesus all over the wall everywhere you look, then we would think that way. But that's not the case. Just to give you an example. Now, like I say, I do commend her for speaking up for what she believes in. And like I say, it's just crazy, man, because these same people could be right there in the grocery store with you, or could be picking up their daughter and you picking up your daughter at school. And like, you never know who feel this way, or who teaches this, or who speaks like this to their kids. Because my motto is, what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong, yes mean yes, no mean no. But I just wanted to get y'all opinion on this video, man, on how y'all feel about this video. And it's just interesting to hear that.
Yes, very interesting. It's me, your girl, to talk with Tiny, and you already know I just had to come on here real quick and shout out to Papa Duck in that video right there, because this the generation that the strangers, it says about the strangers taking the true God chosen people to the inheritance. They know where everything is. So that's how that goes. And that's all Bible prophecy, right? And we gonna prophesy. Let's talk about the prophecies, what they prophesied, cause ain't nothing else popping, word for word. You know what I'm saying? But that's just one. That's just one. How many others? No, and the thing that's really pissing me off is we got a lot of George Floyd challenges, with the knee and the neck. And I'm like, damn, that's a big crew. And these white people, they just don't care. They all over the damn place with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really, really be clowning. Really be clowning out this mug. You know what I mean? And I think it's just so disrespectful. On really damn near level. Now, y'all know I just came to talk to the universe and bring that energy to the universe. And I'm just so excited. I want to put something on the screen real quick. And I just thought that I'd just put this out there real quick. Let's see. That's been on the screen, Oh, I have something else for y'all, real quick. I think that you should be listening to Homegirl over here play a little sketch of her crazy ass.
His first name is David, who was shot and killed for trying to protect a pawn shop from looters, an upstanding citizen, an actual head of a police. He was the head of a police his entire life, 77 years old, did everything right? So we now have to kill upstanding black citizens because a non-upstanding black citizen, a career black criminal, died. Now, did he deserve to die in that manner? No. I can't say it enough. No, he didn't deserve to die in that manner. But I will be damned if the rest of us upstanding black citizens have to suffer because of this incident that rarely ever happens in America. So here are some numbers for you people that are still believing that police brutality is a real, racially motivated police brutality is a real thing. First and foremost, okay, you have a 25% higher chance as a violent white criminal of dying at the hands of a police officer than you do as a black criminal. Last year, a total of 9 unarmed black men were killed by police officers and 19 white men were killed by police officers. For those of you that aren't good at mathematics, right, you might be thinking, oh, but Candace, white people represent 60% of the population and black people represent just 13% of the population. It doesn't matter what percentage of the population you represent. It matters what percentage of the violent criminal community you represent. And unfortunately, black community commits a disproportionate amount of crimes compared to the white community. Let me tell you, 6% of the population, right? Black men, 6% of the population account for 44% of all murders in this country, according to 2018 statistics. That is what you call a gap. And yet white people who represent 60% of the population, we represent 13, black men are 6%, only represent 50% of all the murders, right? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. A 6-point variation in a community where we are extreme minorities. We commit 50% of all violent offenses, evenly split, and we're only 13% of the population, okay? So we have a lot more encounters with police officers. And don't say the police officers are coming around because we're black. I'm talking about violent criminals. I'm talking about murder, 44% of murders, okay? You want to talk about real statistics? The police officers have way more to be fearful of in the black community than the other way around, okay? We commit, on average, a police officer is 18 and a half times more likely to be killed by a black person than the other way around. Okay, so this entire narrative is complete smoke and mirrors. It's all made up. It's just election fodder. It's white versus black because it's an election year, not because black Americans are suffering at the hands of police officers more than white Americans. Do some police officers do the wrong thing? Yes. I don't think there's anybody in the world who has not encountered a police officer and thought this person is an absolute jerk who is power tripping, whether you are black or white. We know they exist. And we know they're always going to exist, by the way, because they're human beings. And sometimes human beings suck. In fact, if you want to attack a community for accidental slayings or brutality, did you know that doctors accidentally kill 250,000 people every year because of mistakes? Did you know that there's been doctors that have been arrested for being serial killers that just were killing people because they wanted to? Do we protest and boycott doctors? Do we assume all doctors are horrible human beings because some doctors are? Or do we realize that society is not perfectible? People suck in every profession. It is no excuse to paint society with a broad brush. It is certainly no excuse to accept a Democrat narrative, okay, that black people are being disproportionately hunted down by police officers because of the color of their skin. You want to know the best way to avoid not being brutalized by a police officer is to limit the amount of encounters you need to have with them, especially when it comes to violent crimes. Okay? I am not going to stand for this continual bottom-feeding narrative of us martyring people that have had 5, 6, 7 stints in prison and then pretending they were upstanding heroes to our community. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Excuse my language. It's absolute bullshit, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of having to play pretend. I'm tired of sitting here and being called a coon or an Uncle Tom because I won't play this bottom-feeding game with you. If you want to hang up posters of criminals on your wall and talk about them as your martyrs, do it. Do it. You can do it. Kobe Bryant was my idol, okay? I'll keep a photo of Kobe Bryant. You can keep one of George Floyd and pretend he was an upstanding human being that just once or twice put a gun across a pregnant woman's belly. Could you imagine that woman right now? That black woman, by the way, right? Watching everybody pretend this person was an upstanding human being who just at the age of 42 and 5 prison stints was going to get his life together. I mean, it's embarrassing. We are embarrassing in that regard, right? This is why we have a cycle and a toxic culture, because nobody wants to tell the truth in Black America. It's so easy to be a victim. It's so easy to ask white people to bow down and apologize and do all these things for us. It's crap. It's crap. It's a lie. It's a farce. Our biggest problem is us, okay? It's why we don't talk about it.
Boy, oh boy, that fucking Candace, boy. That bitch, boy. That motherfucking bitch. Damn, that bitch. You know what I mean, y'all? That motherfucking dump down for no apparent reason, you know? That shit was so unnecessary, man. That shit was so unnecessary. And not to mention all the shit they had going on out there. You know what I mean? Like, come on. This is what you defend. You know? It's crazy. It is so fucked up on every level. You know? The oppression is real, bitch. Believe that. You know? Believe that. The oppression is real. And you know what? Let's see what else we got here. Let me see something. What's this? Let's see. What was that? I don't know what was that. But that's still in the making. Don't get it fucked up. You know, this is what's coming your way. Cause he said, you know, he said, you know, and his supporters is like, hee. Just like that, you know, because Candace. Meanwhile, these motherfuckers been doing the most ever since, you know, ever motherfucking since, you know, ever motherfucking since they've been doing the motherfucking most, you know. This is a problem. This is a, you know what, I vent earlier, but I haven't vent enough. I have not vent enough. Okay? This shit is crazy. Just listen to this. I've been called a coon. No, bitch, you're buffoonery. Coonery. Fucking thun, bitch.
About it when black on black crime happens. It's why we don't talk about it when 40 black people are killed in one weekend during Memorial Weekend in Chicago. We don't want to talk about any of that stuff. We don't want to talk about Baltimore. We don't want to talk about New Jersey. We don't want to talk about any of these places where black people are being slaughtered by other blacks, because that would mean that we had to be personally accountable, right? That would mean personal responsibility. We don't do personal responsibility in our community. We don't do it. We blame white people, right? We only point a camera to white people when they do something, even though we do it at a way higher rate to ourselves, right?
I want to know what this bitch be smoking. What this bitch be smoking. See, this motherfucker on the screen, he's smoking the same shit she's smoking. And ma'am, that's why the word says the slaves will be destroyed with the heathens and their idols. Because they play too much. They play too damn much out here. You know? They play too damn much. Now listen, I don't want to be out here using any language for that matter, because it is all languages come from your colonizing ass oppressor. Okay? Now, I don't know. We know, and you know, and they know it, and we all fucking know it, that this motherfucker on the screen, okay, probably turned Candace Owens on. You look like her European ass husband. But I told that bitch, listen here, man, get the fuck on, bitch. You done lost your rabbit ass mom, bitch. Somebody get this hoe. Look at this bitch. Watch her.
We celebrate our drug dealers. We're the only community, right, that would ever create hashtags to free people from prison because they committed crimes. Like free Meek Mill, free this rapper, free this rapper. How hard is it to not spend multiple times in prison? How difficult is that? Is that too hard for us? Is that way too high of a mountain for us to scale to do?
No, bitch. You're the problem. They're the problem. You motherfuckers are all the problem, bitch. Just because you're a political junkie, sucker come junkie, bitch, and you die for your motherfucking Trump, bitch, because you don't give a fuck about nothing else, hoe. Bitch, you done lost your mind. You got me looking acting crazy. You feel me? You already know. You already know. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. How's she going in? How's she going in? She got the nerve to even come out all on the side. Like, bitch, that's whatever that. Bitch, you ain't nothing but just another psyop. You worried about who else getting psyop. Bitch, you a fucking whole nother psyop. I don't know what you thinking, bitch. Yeah. But you still trying to be a fucking Republican. Even though they done took your amendments. I heard it gave motherfucking privilege on the internet, right? Free speech. Because motherfuckers was fact checking him. But I'll tell you, listen. I don't know what's wrong with folks. They think that history does not matter. And history is everything. Without knowing your history, because of people like her standing in your face talking about, oh, you're not a slave. Your ancestors were slaves, and what's wrong with you? You're overly privileged. Unfortunately, like I said, people work 365 days a year and only get paid 6 months out of that motherfucker. It is very convenient for them to motherfucking make you feel like you got some damn freedom, you bitch ass motherfucking slave. Now, you was never taught to be a business owner. You was taught to have a degree in some kind of type of slave fucking field. Okay? A real true entrepreneur, struggling motherfuckers, you know. I'll tell you what, prisoners are not meant to work for people. But that didn't stop them. You know what I mean? Stop them. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Get it how you get it. But, who is she, who is her, to even say, oh, everything, all this. She even doxed that motherfucker. He did. That bitch took the time out to dox him before they motherfucking sealed the deal on that nigga. Period. And I'm going there tonight. We talking hood. You know what I'm saying? We talking hood. You motherfucking right, we hood snipers. It is all good, baby. Hood snipers. You know? She stayed trying to clown. But I don't know what the fuck is wrong with her. Or some real bullshit. She is straight up brown. That bitch didn't have to do that. Bitch, you did not have, and you know what? That after she did that video, now they really doing the motherfucking knee challenge out this bitch. Fucking with this dumbass bitch. White people are knee challenging all day. Ha ha ha. He. Happy faces all over the motherfucking place. Fucking with black people like her, Will Johnson, Brandon Tano, giving these white people white privilege. Period. They can't get white privilege unless you motherfucking give them white privilege. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we just gotta learn how to walk past the motherfuckers. Yeah, love is important. You know, as you can see, every white man is going to raise their children the way they're going to raise their motherfucking children. It's right here. Look. Right here. Look. Welcome.
No.
Because I actually work in the ghetto. I see the people.
Do you know why they're in that
physically go and I
position?
see these people.
Do you understand the systematic
They
and
get all
historical
kinds
reason
of
for why they're in
chances
that
and They
position?
don't care. All they want to do is be ghetto.
No.
Yes, there's
No.
some that don't, and there's good people. and then
No.
Guess what, sweetie? No is right. No is 100% right. He needs to sit you down, or maybe you can do it yourself, because you seem really bright, honey. You sit down and do some history, honey. And you could tell your folks that are Catholic and all that. Tell them Babylon, the fall in Babylon. Get the fuck on. You know what I mean? Here it is, though. Here we go. Here we go. Listen to Shorty. Listen to Shorty. Look, this is white families for you, honey. Okay? The kids don't want to be racist, but they can't help it. I mean, like, if they really run into a fucking situation and they feel defeated, the first thing that's gonna come out their motherfucking mouth is that N-word, bitch. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you want to get your ass beat, just walk through the hood. You know, like on the day that y'all coming with your shit, just say, come on, niggas, we finna chip you, bitches. And we gonna see some whoa, whip your motherfucking ass. I don't know how we gonna do it, but we gonna figure this motherfucking thing out. That's why y'all don't want us together. But it is what it is, because the Most High got the last say in this, you know what I'm saying? The Most High got the last say in this. You feel me? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I know this man right here between these two grandmas, ma'am and Nana. He not coming to save nobody. Not from no. And he not gonna rapture your ass neither. He gonna be running from that marketed beast too, bitch. He gonna be running from that vaccine too, bitch. Unless you're already fucking retarded in vaccine. Look at him. Psychopath ass motherfucker. You know? Why? Why they do the things they do? Ask them that. They don't have a fucking answer. Ask them why it's still African people's history and turn it into a holy book. Now let's do the math. Let's talk about this, because I think this is the most. You know what? I thought about it, right? So let's do this. Here we are, right? African. They made a lot of money off of Africa. Let's see. Oh, we gonna do some motherfucking math. I think y'all ran out of credit. Hold up. Let me see something. Natural resources. So we gonna open this up real quick. And we gonna see exactly how Africa feeds the land. But they tell you it's the poorest land in the whole wide world. They gave you this motherfucker right here. Right? Keep you docile, happy, or whatever. But let's take a look over here. How rich the world has enriched themselves off of the Most High Yah's chosen people. Now listen. These are all the great, wonderful things that the world helps themselves to. The numbers don't lie. The statistics don't lie. Okay? Now, we'll go over here real quick. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let's go here. Oh, you know what's even a better? Oh, that's right. I need to do this. Let's do that. This is a great way to see how much the world sucked the life out of the motherland. Oh, watch this. I here too, because it's the motherland too. We in the promised land. Okay. Now listen. This is what's really going on, y'all. The whole world has been robbing the Most High and His chosen people forever. They made Israel a nation no more. Okay? And even this is about the southern tribes. You know? So Africa has so many resources, okay, that they are able to benefit off of. Okay? Africa, look at this. But they tell you Africa is the poorest country in the whole wide world. Are you serious in America? And this is why they hate black people. Okay? And that's why you see Benjamin Satan out of Jew still trying to steal the whole Africa. Still trying to colonize the rest of the whole shit. They have not complete that yet. They already got rid of Libya, Syria, Iraq. What else? There's some other shit there that they've conquered. Now they're working on Iran. I think Iran is the last. If they could get Iran, oh shit. You know? But they working on it. Natural resources in Africa. Mining Africa. Okay? Look at this. Scramble for Africa. Environment. The Guardian. Every parasite, every motherfucking white ass hunky rather is Paris, France, all these motherfuckers. They all love to rob Africa. Period. Okay? But they sit there and they tell you it's the poorest country, blah, blah, blah. Now listen, they made a killer because they got slaves all around the world from Africa. They built a lot of things. They stole a lot of resources forever. You know, Britain and all the motherfuckers. Now you got China in there. China. That's a whole nother story. Africa, a continent of wealth. A continent of poverty. South Africa, resources and power. Listen, Africa Projects, Africa World Resources Institute. They always robbing black people. This is what this is all about. Always has been and always will be. God's chosen people. We got the northern tribe and the southern tribes. America is a wealthy land. Like, even if you look up National Park, that's the Holy Land right there. They'll never tell you these things. They will not tell you these things. National Park is the land of, that's the Mount Sinai. The Mount Sinai. They got that shit. That shit is mad loud. That shit is so loud. Damn, annoying as fuck. But anyway. You know. Natural resources, love. The Congo alone. They take out so much money. At least 500. They give France alone 500 billion. How you think America's so rich? Off of oil. That's why Sudan is in chaos. That's why all these countries in chaos. That's why they all up in there. Acting like God's chosen people. They just helping themselves.
is abundant with natural resources, including diamonds, gold, oil, natural gas, uranium, platinum, copper, cobalt, iron, bauxite, and cocoa beans. With approximately 30% of the Earth's remaining mineral resources, the continent contains the largest reserves of precious metals, such as gold and platinum. Gold is one of the most profitable mineral exports. Each year, almost 500 tons are produced in countries such as South Africa, Ghana, Mali, and Burkina Faso. To date, 75% of all the world's diamonds have come from the continent, discovered in countries like South Africa, Angola, Botswana, Namibia, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. In total, over 1.9 billion carats have been mined, with a value of around $158 billion.
And when the Bible be talking about how they be robbing the Most High and the land, and they be putting all this gold in their church, they put all this gold and all this stuff in their churches, right? And they be pimping that shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Like that's just straight, like, it is what it is, man. And they be loving them diamonds. Them Anglo-Saxons, boy, they love them diamonds, boy. They love those shackles. Oh, you got the shackles. You got the motherfucking shackles. That's what we dealing here. That's what we dealing with over here. You know what I'm saying? You motherfucking, you got the shackle wanting motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? This is what we dealing fucking. They abnormal. They ain't even normal. They fucking foolish nation. They not even a people. That's what the word said. I'm just saying what the word said. It's okay to judge them by the word, even if they think they wrote that shit. They taught that shit a certain way. They didn't write that shit. They try to mark and scoff. That's what they did. You know what I'm saying? They just mark and scoff. And I'd be so glad when brimstone rain on their ass, and they could say, hey, and you too. It's gonna rain on you too. Okay. You know, they just need company on their way to hell. That's it. That's all that shit is. They need company on their way to hell.
South Africa has thousands of kilometers of coastline, boasting no less than 8 commercial ports. Of those, the Port of Durban is the biggest player. The port handles roughly 60% of all the country's cargo and is the second busiest port in Africa, behind Port Said in Egypt. Officials say from 2013 to 2014, the Port of Durban handled about 44.8 million tons of cargo. And as business through Durban continues to grow, the South African government says it's upgrading the port. The country has launched a multi-billion-dollar excavation project to expand the port, which could triple its capacity by the year 2040.
Like, okay. Now, here go the next one. I hate the commercial. Please just go right to it. Please don't play no commercial. Damn, it's got to be one commercial.
Nigerians love tomatoes, and tomato paste is a staple in both sauces and stews on the Nigerian dinner plate. According to reports, Nigerians spend more than $300 million on tomato paste annually. Nigeria wants to increase its production. To do that, the country is teaming up with private enterprise. Nigeria is the second largest producer of tomatoes in Africa, harvesting about 1.5 million tons annually. But the government says some 45% of Nigeria's crop never makes it to market because farmers lack the resources to process and transport their tomatoes. A new tomato processing plant could help Nigeria increase production and cut its tomato imports by about 1/3. Cotton. It's one of the most important textile fibers in the world, accounting for close to 35% of global fiber use. Nearly 80 countries are cotton producers, including Mali. During the 2014-2015 farming season, the country produced more than 550,000 tons of cotton. That's enough for more than 500 million pairs of jeans. Though Mali's cotton industry has steadily increased, the country hopes to do more and produce 800,000 tons of cotton by 2018. To reach its cotton target, the Malian government plans to invest an additional $120 million in the industry each year.
% of the world's cocoa beans are produced in West African countries, including Ghana. It's believed Europeans introduced the cocoa bean to Ghana in the 19th century. Other than the Ivory Coast, Ghana is the world's second largest producer of cocoa, providing a main source of income for an estimated 800,000 farmers. The crop accounts for more than 20% of Ghana's export earnings. And just last season, the country harvested more than 900,000 tons of cocoa, which is more than twice the weight of the Empire State Building in New York. The country is focused on increasing its output this season. To stay on track with production, the government is giving farmers free seedlings and fertilizer. The goal is to increase yields from less than 10 bags of cocoa per hectare to 19 bags.
Now listen, let me explain something here. Okay. First of all, right? All these great resources, and guess who parked their hunky asses over there? And they was the farmers. That's the farmers Trump always talks about. Pay attention, y'all. Always talking about the farmers in Africa. The mining, the free mining, the slavery, the indirect slavery. Remember, Africa is a motherland. They keep everyone docile. Meanwhile, all the white hunky Gentiles robbing the motherland, making great, wonderful lives for themselves. Hunkies, junkies. They've made a great, wonderful life for themselves. And then just one day, it stops. And oh no, they can't hardly wait to go back. Fucking idiots. So we got fucking Karens, okay, acting the fuck up out there. And I had Karen on earlier. I'm gonna have to go. Let me go get Karen real quick, okay? Let's go get Karen real quick. Okay. This is what we dealing with. Karen felt like fucking with Puerto Rico. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we dealing with. Let's go get Karen. Alright. Let's see something here. Karen, where are you? Karen is a fucking, she's a nut. You got Becky and you got Karen. Okay? Karens are crazy. Becky's are just fucking, this is Becky right here for you. Let me see something real quick. Let me get Becky real quick. Matter of fact, here, I'm just going to play Karen real quick. Let me play Karen real quick. This bitch right here. It's Thursday. This crazy ass bitch. Look at her. She's coming for the Puerto Ricans. Ho!
So
We don't actually have the nerve to call us Mexican, but even though Mexicans are like wonderful, there's nothing wrong with black Afro-Hebrew Mexicans. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. So let's emphasize that, okay? Because you got there's a mixture going on. So I'm just gonna speak for the bloodline.
we don't have to listen.
Who say that? Who say that? Who say that? Can you speak Spanish?
I'm just gonna tell you.
By the way, this is fucking Candace Owens' home girl, okay? This bitch is Candace BFF. Like, I cannot fucking you can't make this shit up. And they fucking Trump supporters like a motherfucker. They love that motherfucker. Watch this. I can't make this shit up. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this puta loca.
You what, senor?
Go fish.
When the authorities come to shut your.
Okay, Karen, bye. Karen, bye. You want to talk to the manager?
You don't want to.
You know what? Mr. Trump will say, thank you. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Pescaste.
Us Republicans
Oh my God.
love Mr. Donald Trump.
Are you drunk?
Don't want to hear this crap.
And we don't want to hear you.
All to do is fish. All we want to do is fish.
Go and fish.
We can't because all we hear is your
You don't
goddamn
hear.
music.
You fish with your hands.
Shut.
You know how to use them?
Jesus Christ.
But I have to teach
What
you.
an asshole.
I have to teach you.
What an asshole.
Oh God.
No, we don't fish with our hands. Americans fish with poles, and they don't have to hear this goddamn music while they're fishing.
Time's up.
We want silence. Fishing.
If you want
is
silence, go
supposed
to your
be
home
silence.
and close your mouth.
You know what, senor?
That's the only word you can say in Spanish.
You know what?
Karen.
Okay. Tacos and a margarita.
Margarita. Oh, wow.
You know what? People fishing don't
Yeah, you
hear
can get margarita.
music. I do. I do.
Whatever the hell you want, but
I
leave
do.
us alone.
We don't want to
Who
hear
the
crap. We don't want to hear this crap.
With us.
This is crap. This isn't American music.
Ay, Karen, go off.
Because, you know what? This is the
Can you close your
United
mouth?
States of
I love your speech.
America. And a United States of America speaks
Such a way.
English. Not this crap that while all these people are fishing, you have to listen to your goddamn shit. So when I call the
Yeah, your
police,
husband is coming.
and when they come down, you'll know who sent them.
Who? Karen?
When the police.
Bye, Karen. Bye. Bye.
Oh no! Don't,
Bye.
Don't buy me.
Why? What are you gonna do?
Oh! I don't know. I don't know how that language works.
Oh, girl. You're going so viral.
Music down.
Why? Here.
It's annoying. When you
Ay, taga.
fish, you don't want to hear annoying music.
Why? It's so good.
Do you fish?
Yes.
Okay, well go.
That's just wild.
They're
just
Yeah.
You are
You guys don't care about anybody else.
You're
That's the
so
whole thing.
disrespectful. This is a fishing resort.
Why you don't go out there and
fishing.
talk to them? Because
And
they do have music.
unfortunately,
And you're not saying
I know, senorita.
The manager is not today. The manager is not today.
Disrespectful
You are
first by calling them Mexican if they're not Mexican.
disrespectful.
I think you're disrespectful calling them Mexican if you're not Mexican. They're
Bye.
Music.
Bye. Bye.
Puerto Ricans have as much right in America as you do.
Thank you. Bye.
I think it's an open heart.
You don't want to go on there.
Okay, let's
When you're hell, you can do whatever the hell you want.
How about you?
I
When
can do
you're
whatever I want. I'm not
players.
Bye. Adiós.
In the hospital, they can't even afford the treatment they're getting. If their families get sick, they don't have any money. We're trying to make sure that everybody has health care by expanding, having Medicare cover all health care bills. Second thing, very important, other countries around the world, in Europe and elsewhere, have done it. We want to make sure that people continue to receive their paycheck. In other words, you get laid off from your job. We want to make sure you continue to get your paycheck. In the airlines industry, we managed to protect 2 million workers, flight attendants, pilots, people in the airline industry. They will, for the next 6 months, whether they're working or not, in the hospital, they can't even afford the treatment they're getting. If their families get sick, they don't have any money. We're trying to make sure that everybody has health care by expanding, having Medicare cover all health care bills. Second thing, very importantly, other countries around the world, in Europe and elsewhere, have done it. We want to make sure that people continue to receive their paycheck. In other words, you get laid off from your job. We want to make sure you continue to get your paycheck. In the airlines industry, we managed to protect 2 million workers, flight attendants, pilots, people in the airline industry. They will, for the next 6 months, whether they're working or not,
Man, I'm trying to find motherfucking something. I'm about to find this shit. I swear I am. And how y'all about to find this shit? Where is Becky bitch at? Just so many different types of Beckys. You got a bunch of Karens. That motherfucking Karens, they something else. They is something else. Damn, why the fuck I can't find this shit? Oh, here you go. Bumper cry.
Please stop. Sir, I'm asking you to stop.
Please don't come close to me.
Sir, I'm asking you to stop recording me.
Please don't come close to me.
Please take your phone off.
Please don't come close to
And I'm
me.
taking pictures calling the cops.
Please call the cops. Please call the cops.
I'm going to tell them there's an African American man threatening my life.
Please tell them whatever you like.
Excuse me? I'm sorry, I'm in the Ramble, and there is a man, African American, he has a bicycle helmet. He is recording me and threatening me and my dog. There is an African American man, I am in Central Park. He is recording me and threatening myself and my dog. And my... I'm sorry, I can't hear you either. I'm being threatened by a man in the Ramble. Please send the cops immediately. I'm in Central
Thank you.
Okay? I know word goes
Please
to
stop. Sir, I'm asking you to stop.
betrayal.
Please don't come close to me.
Sir, I'm asking you to stop recording me.
Please don't come close to me.
Please take your phone off.
Please don't come close to
And
me.
I'm taking a video.
Please call the cops. Please call the cops. Please tell them whatever you
Bye.
We speak English.
So?
We don't speak. We don't have to listen.
Who say that? Who say that? Who say that? Can you speak Spanish?
I'm just going to tell you what, senor. When the authorities come to shut your...
Okay, Karen, bye. Karen, bye. You want to talk to the manager?
Thank
You know what? Mr. Trump will say, thank you. Thank you.
Violent white community of dying at the hands of a police officer than you do as a black man. Last year, a total of 9 unarmed black men were killed by police officers, and 19 white men were killed by police officers. For those of you who aren't in mathematics, you might be thinking, it doesn't matter what percentage of the population you represent. It matters what percentage of the violent criminal community you represent. And unfortunately, the black community commits a disproportionate amount of crimes compared to the white community. Let me tell you, 6% of the population, right, black men, 6% of the population accounts for 44% of all murders in this country, according to 2018 statistics. That is what you call a gap. And yet, white people represent 60% of the population. We represent 13. Black men are 6%. Only represent 50% of all murders, right? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. A 6-point variation in a community where we are
That's the only word
extreme
you can say in
minorities.
Spanish.
We commit 50% of all violent offenses, evenly split, and we're only 13% of the population. Okay? So we have a lot more encounters with police officers. And don't say the police officers are coming around and paying black. I'm talking about violent criminals. I'm talking about murder. 34% of murders, okay? You want to talk about real statistics? The police officers have way more to be fearful of than the black community the other way around, okay? We commit, on average, a police arrest to find a Jewish person who has spent 5 stints in prison, who commits a crime and dies while committing a crime, and that the Jewish people
I love your
champion
speech.
and demand justice for. You'll be hard-pressed to find this in white America. You'll be hard-pressed to find this
Such
in
a way.
Latino America. There is a person that is spent multiple times in prison. You are not going to see a bunch of Latinos coming out demanding justice for this person, even if, and I want to be very clear, what I'm saying is not any defense for Derek Chauvin. I hope Derek Chauvin gets the justice that he deserves to be implemented upon him, and that the family of George Floyd deserves justice for the way that he died. But I also am not going to accept the narrative that this is the best the black community has to offer. For whatever reason, it has become fashionable over the last 5 or 6 years for us to turn criminals into heroes overnight. And it is something that I find to be despicable, and it is something that I refuse to stand by any longer, and I am not going to play a part in it, no matter how much pressure comes from black liberals and black conservatives as some token of people wanting to see a bunch of Latinos coming out depressed to find a Jewish person who has spent 5 stints in prison, who commits a crime and dies while committing a crime, and that the Jewish people champion and demand justice for. You will be hard-pressed to find this in white America. You'll be hard-pressed to find this even in Latino America. A bunch of Latinos, I want to be very clear, what I'm saying is not any defense for, want to be very clear, demanding justice for this person, even if, and I want to be very clear, what I'm saying is not any defense for Derek Chauvin. I hope Derek Chauvin gets the justice that he deserves to be. a bunch of Latinos coming out demanding justice for this person, even if, and I want to be very clear, what I'm saying is not any defense for Derek Chauvin. I hope Derek Chauvin gets the justice that he deserves to be.
Puerto Rico is in the middle of a shitstorm. Every night this week, protesters have pushed for the resignation of Governor Ricardo Rosselló. And late today, an organization representing thousands of Puerto Rican police officers joined the call for the governor to step down. Tensions have been high, but the leak of a group chat between Rosselló and his cronies set them off. The messages, now dubbed WikiLeaks, included homophobic remarks, calling a New York City councilwoman a whore, and a joke about the dead from Hurricane Maria. Puerto Ricans were already suffering from slow disaster recovery, from austerity measures.
I did just basic searches. Everyone jumped on it and was looking at the police officer, and everyone agrees that the police officer was wrong, and the police officer has been arrested. So that is not the reason I'm not discussing that, is because that is not something that has been misconstrued in the media. He has been turned into the devil that he is, and there is no reason for us to harp on that any longer, because white Americans are not uplifting Derek Chauvin as a victim or pretending that he's an amazing human being. But George Floyd is being uplifted as an amazing human being. For those of you who have not yet seen the clips and did not pursue or wait for more clips to come out, first and foremost, George Floyd at the time of his arrest was high on fentanyl, and he was high on methamphetamine. This came back in both of his autopsy reports. If you pursue the 911 transcript, you can see the person describing somebody who is out of their mind high, and which is what made the person fearful, because he tried to use a bill that I guess was a fake bill to purchase something, and then he was outside acting weird, and they, in their police call, said that this person was obviously distorted and on drugs. When he is put into handcuffs and is put against the wall, a baggie of what looks to be like cocaine or it's a white baggie that he drops onto the floor that you can see in an image. If you look up the clip, the media is refusing to circulate it. You can find it on Twitter. If you use DuckDuckGo and look up George Floyd baggie, you can watch the clip yourself with your own eyes. He had drugs on him at the time of his arrest. Now, barring all of that, nobody thinks that he should have died during this arrest, but what I find despicable to be is that everyone is pretending that this man lived a heroic lifestyle when he didn't, and I want to talk about what his lifestyle was leading up to this moment, and why I refuse to accept the narrative that this person is a martyr or should be lifted up in the Black community, and that we should be buying t-shirts with his name on it, okay? So here we have, first and foremost, let's start from the bottom of his record. And by the way, I am not saying that if you have a record, you don't deserve a second chance. I think people get arrested, and some people can serve time in prison, and I believe in second chances, but I do draw the line when it comes to second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth chances. 1998, he spent 10 months in prison for theft with a firearm. That was the first prison stint that I could find on him. In 2002, he spent 8 months in prison for a cocaine offense. In 2004, just 2 years later, he spent another 10 months in prison for a cocaine offense. In 2005, he spent another 10 months in prison for having less than 1 gram of cocaine on him again. In 2007, and this was the biggest instant that I had that made me realize this was a horrible human being that I am not going to pretend was a good person. In 2005, a woman who was pregnant received a knock at the door, and she went to the door, and the person pretended to be someone that worked for the water department. So she opened her door and quickly realized that the person at her door did not work for the water department, and attempted to slam it. At the moment that she was attempting to slam it, a Ford pulled up, and another 5 men jumped out of the car, and one of which was George Floyd, came up to the door, and they forced their way inside to her home, inside of her home. Mind you, this woman is pregnant. At that point, George Floyd took out a gun and pressed it to her stomach. She was screaming, begging for her life, and he put her inside of her living room and instructed one of his criminal friends that was with him to watch her and to make sure she didn't leave the living room. So he was playing guard while they ransacked her home looking for drugs and money. They did not find drugs. They ended up taking, I believe, her wallet and her cell phone. Fortunately for her, her neighbor observed what was going on and caught the license plate of the people as they pulled off and called 911. And when 911 was able to, they were able to track down the car of which George Floyd was the driver, and they arrested him. And 2 years later, he was sentenced to 5 years in prison for that instance. Now, you can say the media is portraying it like he was just getting his life together after, being released in 2014 following that incident. He was just getting his life together and moved and was going to start afresh. I'd like to believe all of those things, and there's a gap, and he never got in trouble for 5 years until this incident when the police were called on him again. But you are defying common sense to believe that this person suddenly became an exemplary character but happened to be high on fentanyl and methamphetamine and trying to use a bill, a fake bill, to purchase something. And so, in my opinion, George Floyd was a criminal. He was a criminal. And just because he was a criminal doesn't mean he deserved to die at the knee of a police officer. But it does mean that I am not going to play a part of the broken black culture that always wants to martyr criminals, who wants to pretend they were these upstanding human beings that just wanted to help society, that just wanted to reach out and uplift society. And he has a rap sheet that is long, that is dangerous. He was an example of a violent criminal his entire life. Okay, up until the very last moment. Now, again, I want to be clear. This is not a defense for Derek Chauvin. No one that I have spoken to, no one in the news is defending Derek Chauvin. He is getting what he has coming to him. Okay, great. But why are we pretending that this criminal should be upheld as a citizen, as a martyr in Black America? A martyr for a fake narrative, by the way. Police brutality, racially motivated police brutality is a myth. Okay, so let's get into that. Not only are we using this death, right, and allowing it to cause these riots and protests, pretending this was some upstanding citizen in the Black community who was tackled down and killed for no reason, right? Not only are we allowing it to inspire riots in which Black people are dying, in which actual upstanding Black citizens are dying. Case in point, I'm sure you guys have all now seen David, the sheriff that just was shot and killed because he was trying to protect a pawn shop. Please look him up if you haven't seen it. I'm blanking on his last name. His first name is David, who was shot and killed for trying to protect a pawn shop from looters. An upstanding citizen, an actual head of a police. He was the head of a police his entire life, 77 years old, did everything right? So we now have to kill upstanding Black citizens because a non-upstanding Black citizen, a career Black criminal, died. Now, did he deserve to die in that manner? No. I can't say it enough. No, he didn't deserve to die in that manner. But I will be damned if the rest of us upstanding Black citizens have to suffer because of this incident that rarely ever happens in America. So here are some numbers for you people that are still believing that police brutality is a real, racially motivated police brutality is a real thing. First and foremost, okay, you have a 25% higher chance as a violent white criminal of dying at the hands of a police officer than you do as a Black criminal. Last year, a total of 9 unarmed black men were killed by police officers and 19 white men were killed by police officers. For those of you that aren't good at mathematics, right, you might be thinking, oh, but Candace, white people represent 60% of the population and Black people represent just 13% of the population. It doesn't matter like, what percentage of the population
we are unapologetic
you represent.
about the reality
it matters
that
what
fighting
percentage of
fascism
the violent criminal
physical militancy. What does that mean?
That means that when fascists come to our city to attack people, we are going to put our bodies between fascists and the people they want to attack and try to prevent them from doing that.
When you say put our bodies, that sounds like a passive statement, but sometimes you are not just putting your bodies, but you are acting with your bodies. You're also hitting and you're throwing things and you're reacting violently.
I think self-defense can look violent if you're looking at it as the person who responds in self-defense is as culpable, but we don't see it that way. We see ourselves as engaging in self-defense from groups who want to do our community harm, whose ideology is the ideology of genocide and mass murder. So in a sense of reaction, we see fascism as an inherently violent ideology. So when we disrupt its organizing, we see that as self-defense.
The very presence of organizations and people who you would call fascist or fascist leaning, that very presence is violent, and so your violent reaction would be self-defense. Although ideologically that's what you believe, in reality, in the legal system, that would count as assault. Does that concern you at all?
One of our points of unity is that we don't depend on the cops or the courts to do the work of opposing white supremacy.
So you're saying that when far-right groups come here and throw demonstrations and have their rallies, they don't necessarily have to throw the first punch in order for you to react violently?
The purpose of these groups in coming to Portland is to attack people. We can see on this upcoming rally on Saturday that they've stated that explicitly in numerous social media postings, that they want to hurt, maim, and they've made threats of killing anti-fascists.
Why do you think they come to Portland?
And they see it as this liberal city, this city emblematic of values that they oppose, and they see it as a city where the left has strength and they want to attack and defeat that.
Do you think your presence here attracts them as well?
I think to a certain degree, but they would come here regardless of our presence. If we weren't here, if anti-fascists, if the numerous people who come out with us in the streets weren't here to oppose them, they would come and still attack people.
A lot of experts who study far-right groups say that what you're doing is actually playing into their hands. How would you respond to that?
If we didn't show up to oppose fascists when they organized large rallies like the one coming up on Saturday, they would still be finding violence, but they would be finding people who are unprepared.
You're here in sweatshirts and masks. Why do you wear masks? Why do you cover your faces?
Primarily it's for our own safety. The far right and the state would have a history of targeting anti-fascists, so we wear masks so that we can't be identified and targeted.
Some of your critics say that it is the masks are cover for you to be able to commit criminal acts. So how do you respond to that?
Again, the masks are there for our own safety, so we can continue to do this organizing without the fear of fascist or state repression.
So you wouldn't remove your masks and say the things that you just said?
Not on camera.
Yeah.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking.
You've said things like, we are unapologetic about the reality that fighting fascism at points requires physical militancy. And people who follow fascist or fascist that is violent, conservative, violent reaction. Although ideologically, come here and float demonstrations and have their rallies, they don't necessarily have to throw the force punch in order for you to Why do you think they come to Portland?
And they see it as this liberal city, this city emblematic of values that they oppose. The left has strength and they want to attack and defeat that.
Do you think your presence here attracts them as well?
I think to a certain degree, but they would come here regardless of our presence. If we weren't here, if anti-fascists, if the numerous people who come out with us in the streets weren't here to oppose them, they would come and still attack people.
A lot of experts who study far-right groups say that what you're doing is actually playing into their hands. How would you respond to that?
If we didn't show up to oppose fascists when they organized large rallies like the one coming up on Saturday, they would still be finding violence, but they would be finding people who are unprepared.
You're here in sweatshirts and masks. Why do you wear masks? Why do you cover your faces?
Primarily it's for our own safety. The far right and the state would have a history of targeting anti-fascists, so we wear masks so that we can't be identified and targeted.
Some of your critics say that it is the masks are cover for you to be able to commit criminal acts. So how do you respond to that?
Again, the masks are there for our own safety so we can continue to do this organizing without the fear of fascist or state repression.
So you wouldn't remove your masks and say the things that you just said?
Not on camera.
Yeah.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking.
Y'all see shit, man. This is the shit we need to be motherfucking doing out here. Like, don't let these motherfuckers talk down to us like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you even watch the shit, if you even watch the motherfucking shit, you will already see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And for motherfuckers to play oblivious, they dangerous. They are fucking dangerous. I tell you what, though. I'm gonna tell you what. In that time, only time will tell. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. Speaking to the universe, you know? That's fucked up. That is so messed up on every level. They came in there, white police, KKK motherfuckers, and broke everything up. That's the story. That shit is out there. Period. I haven't even begun to go on my motherfucking stash. You know what I'm saying? But I tell y'all what. Do this motherfucking challenge right here. Post every one of these motherfuckers out. Put them out there. Put the videos up. Post these motherfuckers. When they court dates come and they need proof, send them shit right there. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because Trump didn't get the shooting. I wish he would the fuck shoot them motherfuckers. He said when the looting stars get the shooting, they was looting. The very own police, lawyers, doctors, fucking mailmen. It didn't matter. Anonymous, fucking vendetta, mess, wearing ass motherfuckers. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm just like, why they always wait for a situation like this to do shit like that? They've been doing that shit forever, and they just come in your neighborhood, and as soon as you say in Jesus' name, look, they be all prayed up. As soon as they say in Jesus' name, ooh, that dope start whipping on their asses, boy. It's like, damn, they never get this shit. That's a whole nother video. You feel me? As soon as they be like, yeah, we gon' pray, blah blah blah. As soon as they be like, in Jesus' name, we, ooh, sheesh, ooh, darn. They get their butt whipped every single time. They don't learn. They don't listen. They don't want to learn. They don't give a flying, you know what, who, up in it like that. They don't give a flying fire, okay? They don't give a flying fire. That's what we dealing with out here. You feel me? Now listen, let me tell you something. Yeah. They went in the hood, KKK, po, pics and all that. Make sure y'all do that motherfucking challenge right there. You do nice fucking movies of them. This is who they are. They like this in the daytime, they like that in the nighttime, they like that, you know, they vendetta, you know, and I'm not, you know what, listen, they had their own shit, but they always wait to watch to march with Black Lives Matter. Like they just want to destroy they just want to destroy black people. That's just, it's in their monarchs, the anarchies. That's just the way it is, you know. They train like this, and this is a young girl. No shade. Where's that fucking video I have? I don't even want to hear that shit no more. But make a long story short, right? So this girl is so uninformed. She don't even understand this, that, you know, you come from, I don't know what tribe you came from with that bullshit, you know. That bloodline is severe, you know. There's just some folks out there that they just so sold out, they can't help themselves. Like, there's other videos out there where her peoples, I'm telling you, like, they be going hard. I'm so convinced that they officially became the new monarchs in town. Like, the MK control is so severe, it's not even funny. It's not even funny, you know. I'm telling you, like, you know, that's why they use all these songs and music, movies, and everything. They get you with every motherfucking thing. It's nothing new under the sun, right? So yeah, everybody was like, damn, you know, that's messed up. Even if it was a psyop, that's a great way to get people, you know, into another. Anyway, whew. I'm gonna take my ass to my fucking bed. You know what I'm saying? And just, you know, I already know the ending to this. You know what I'm saying? Christians, they're gonna go to the slaughterhouse, right? That's just the way it is. The slaves will be destroyed with the heathens and their idols. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is, you know. And that's just the good old ending, you know. They don't even have nothing else. They don't have no more prophecy to prophesy off of, because they milked it, you know. Hollywood got it in. Hollywood got it in, playing with the motherfucking. They be telling the truth. They was telling you the truth all along, you know. But sometimes people still don't want to see. Still don't want to see. You imagine that you watch a movie and never decode it, and it's always all about you. You are the symbol in it. You are who they coming for all the time. It's always been about you. World War I, World War II, everything. The oppression, and still standing firm. You know, I give that shit to us when we still standing firm. No matter what they do, it's like they think we became immune to that shit. I'm telling you, there's only a matter of time that, you know, at some point, you know, when shit starts getting real, you know, it's just gonna get only realer. You know, it's only gonna get realer out this mug. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be no fearmonger. All I'm saying is just be ready. Okay, like fish and spaghetti. You know, I don't know, fuck. Like, take it as you want. I'm not no fearmonger, but I stay on point and I'm always focused. You know what I'm saying? Tell Steph to holler at me. Period. You know, they doing what they do. That's what they've been doing. It's nothing new under the sun. The thing is that this generation, they never seen it this good though. They never seen it this good. They was trying to, I guess they listen, that shit was too much for them. I promise you that shit was too motherfucking much for them. They could not, listen, whatever the case may be, there's still another war within the war. Let me tell you something. With these elites, there's another war going on inside. And we talking about army-wise. I'm talking about the ones that are being forced to go against the amendment. There's ones in here right now that There's some that's gonna stand for it. There's some that's not. There's some that's not. There's some that wants, but that's the war within itself. Trump thinks that whenever he says he waves his magic motherfucking troop war wand, he can just send as many troops as he want, however, whenever. But I tell you what, at the end of the day, these motherfucking troops are fed up. They know what time it is. This is a whole nother time right now. This is a whole nother time. The worst that can happen is that he will leave them stranded, and they won't be able to even. They won't even. For them, it's good to be on the soil, but if you're gonna be warring against the citizens, that's crazy. That's tyranny, yo. And you got a lot of officers that did oppose that. You know what I mean? But who's to say, like, they won't, they think they, and I say to myself, like, you know what, there's gonna be some, like, in these hospitals with these psychopath ass nurses, and doctors, they be just they was just doing the most. They've been just doing the most, you know what I'm saying, with people's lives. They don't even give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? They so hypnotized, so Twilight Zone. You know what I'm saying? They so shot out. You know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers ain't even thinking about. I don't know. They talk about another wave. You know what I'm saying? They being real ugly with it this time. They really trying to be ugly. That shit is gonna get crazy. I'm telling you, it's gonna get crazy. With the Most High is bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? And I was reading something, you know what, some caught my attention, in the mathematics, the Montreal stumbled over something that said, do not feel bad for the Christians. That's deep. That's the most deepest shit I've stumbled over in decoding. Like, they are so stubborn. They are so stubborn. Everyone that don't even realize it, I'm like, it's just crazy. The world is crazy. Wow. Matrix is real. Matrix, I'm telling you, this shit right here, once you come out of that shit, you are not to return back to that shit. You are not to return. And it's very hard when your oppressors are pressing down on you. This whole story, look what they've been doing. They took the slaves, moved the tribes around, scattered them across the nations, among all nations. So everyone is mixed. They mixed it. Ooh, excuse me. And now, I'm telling you, it's really deep. It's so deep right now. Like, it's a spiritual. It's really spiritual. They don't want you to receive your power. They don't want you to receive your gamma. They don't want you to receive your rays. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to receive that blessing, that real fire. You know what I'm saying? In such a time like now, they always trying to block. That's what they fighting. They fighting with the Most High. All kings rising against the Most High. Yeah, you got rockets falling down. You got all kinds of types of stuff happening. You know what I'm saying? And they think that it's not cool. It's not everything that I'm hearing about rockets trying to fly up. They can't. They as soon as they try to even fly out, they gone. Oof, gone. I'm saying, so that shit going to the moon and back. That shit is crazy. They've been trying forever. They've been trying forever. I know they not in no different portals, no certain portals. I tell you what, they may be watching them through the Lucifer telescopes, but they not in that firmament, and they not messing with the Most High stuff, because the Most High got some fast chariots. They different entities. They fade in and they fade out. You feel me? They fade in and they fade out. And that's the difference between their bootlegged shit. The Most High, listen, you can see it if they want you to see it. You won't see nothing if they don't want you to see it. It's in a twinkling of an eye, things will change. And it has already, in a twinkling of an eye. Just like so. And then they always trying to reset shit, man. Everything, all these errors. You know how many errors? They ran out of credit. There's no more errors. They really trying. Now, this time though, whoever's name is not written in that book, whoever did not, I wouldn't say in that book, but whoever's view, it's a different way to say it. It's all about celestial, man. It's all about Melchies, you know what I'm saying? It's all about all that good wisdom, all that long suffering, all that he who endures to the end, they shall get that. I'm telling you that you shall receive the Spirit. That means the Holy. You imagine in these last hours how pressed we gonna be, the torture they gonna come with. Man, the Most High, I will give you. Ooh, wow. Can you imagine what this place gonna be like with the power of the Most High? Like, I can only imagine. Now listen, I'm telling you, the reason why I'm telling you this is because that was just a little small portion of how things got out of hand. They still trying to have, like, you know, they still trying to think what they gonna make out of this. You know what I'm saying? If they even really gonna try to, they moving in baby steps. Don't get it fucked up. They still trying. They still putting out fucking articles, stupid, dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? But remember this: identification, certification, vaccination. That's what COVID-19 has given you. Okay? Don't get it fucked up. He made a promise that everybody and their mama will be chipped from the sea and all to the sky. And that's why I always say, that's the motherfucking tracking devices. He used the illegal immigrants to do what he had to do. He's been running on that campaign forever. Then also, what he ran on was he was going to build that motherfucking wall. What you building a wall for now for? You know what I'm saying? It's over. Time is up. Is that why you building a motherfucking wall? Like, they really, I don't know. Like, they just don't get it, you know? They just don't get it. But I guess they gonna do what they gonna do, you know what I'm saying? They already wore the fucking Saints out. Now they gonna get ready to make war with the Saints again. Who can war the Saints out? And there's gonna be some greater things happening. That was just a little taste. And of course they got scared. If the Most High wants, all the Most High gotta do is do what the Most High do. They got a little taste of that too. Ain't nobody really seeing certain things that are going on. You know what I'm saying? They think that they open and not starting all this crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? They think that they in control. They trying to make you think they in control. This shit is not. They telling you half of the story. They not telling you that they being pressed by the chariot. They're not telling you. The government's not going to tell you. You know what I'm saying? That they are in contact with different entities right now. There's a war. This is a real war. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you right now, it's a real war. And every time they gonna try to send something, the Most High gonna bring it down. The Most High gonna bring it down. The Most High gonna bring it down. That's gonna be a point where all this shit about to be turned off. They think the Most High playing this is not a game. I'm telling you, man, the power of the Most High is not a game. It is not a game. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, we in some strange times. Like when shit start happening, I mean, you know, you gonna be seeing some different shit, man. You gonna be seeing some different shit running across you, moving some kind of type of way, because they not telling you everything, you know. These shadow governments is not telling you everything. They're a different species. They're beasts of the field, man. They're different. They are beasts of the field. You know what I'm saying? They're not your equal. They're not your half. They're not here for you. They're here to destroy you. That's why they was made. They're a foolish nation. They're not even a people. They're not a people. They're just a foolish nation. And then the Most High deal with them as a whole. Believe that if you don't believe nothing else. And they people be reading this word like it's a game. It's a chessboard. Read it like the next move. What's the next move? That's the best way to understand what's coming your way. Period. What's going to happen? Why? And who's coming? And when? And who? Okay. I see you. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's really just start praying against that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be praying against fire. It's very important to know your enemy. They don't want you to know that they're the enemy. All this time, man, all these things, the atrocities they have caused. Man, listen. They know if folks wake up just alone with that religion, the minute you toss that religion shit out, that love your enemy, pray for your enemy shit to increase destruction upon you, that's your result, that's your demise, that's your reward any old damn way, right? So as soon as they get to convincing you, you know, they tell you, they ask you, are you a victim? You know, hey, are you a victim? these fucking cojones, right? Hey, are you a victim? Because that's one of their precious talking points. You know, everybody wants to claim victim. Are you a victim? You know, like oppression ain't real. Like, you know, history don't matter. You know, it's okay. You know, for all nations, Gentiles to be trotting over the motherland and stealing, you know, the motherland's children, turn them into slaves. Even the northern tribes and the southern tribes. And just scatter them among, even though that's part of the, you know, whatever. But then again, they love their religion. So as long as you keep your religion and you feed that beast, you know, because as long as you sacrificing your children and yourself and your soul and you pray to that shit, that beast, that Baal, listen, you cursing your whole unity. You cursing everybody. Every time you say, I pray in this name, you know, you just discredit the Most High Yah. You know, you're not even supposed to be praying to other gods. You're supposed to be, you know, anything in any religion, in any kind of type of name. It's a false deity, false dispensation. It's a lie from the pit of hell. You know what I'm saying? And it just disables us and our spirituality, because to be connected to the Most High, you're supposed to have 3D. You're supposed to be seeing things that I'm telling them, the minute, even the second you denounce religion, you immediately get these 3D glasses that you begin to see stuff that you wasn't seeing before. Like even when you do read the chessboard book, I call it the slave book, if you will, because it's not theirs. It does not belong to the Gentiles. They only did that to create some ludicrous identity for themselves. They took the Torah, they took the people, they stripped them of their identity and changed their names and everything, and man, they did a wonderful job. That's what colonization is, and it's sad. It is so sad, but it also has something to do with the Most High, as far as us not listening. We don't listen. I know people get offended, you know. It's better not to believe in anything, any religion, you know, and just a higher power, like the Most High. The Most High, the Most High. The Most High tell you there's only one God. That's all it is. It's just one God. The Most High. Period. You know, the creator of heaven and earth. That's it. It's it. You know, that's all it is. You know, and there's more to that, but I digress. You know, it took thousands. It took plenty of years, more years, and watering the truth down. You know, whitewashing history and just carrying on and, you know, just changing shit up every 10 years, you know. Every time, you know, you hit a decade, I'm telling you, in a new zone, man. You in a whole, it gets deeper and deeper, you know, to you like twirling, you know. Twirling and twerking, you know, and tweaking, you know. Sad, but it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? That's all we can do is hang tight, keep our heads up and shit and all that good shit. But I want to recommend folks, you know, be self-taught. Make sure you put in the effort. Just read. It's okay to read. It's okay to be like looking for shit, you know, little shit. It's okay to always educate yourself. If you're going to be on here for any type of whatever, and you're going to be watching videos or whatever, at least if you see something, you know, look it up, you know, look at what's going on in the countries and how this has happened, how it affects you. I mean, like, there's always something that's revolving that connects with another story, and it connects with another story, and connects with another story. Like history is so important. And for these conservatives, you know, they you know, they took to the seat, you know, another deceitful trap. You know, hey, I used to be Democrat, now I'm Republican. That's the bullshit game that they're playing, and that's why Kansas is acting up. You got Will Johnson acting up. You got black Trump supporters acting up. It's the same faces all the time. They do too much advertising and not enough recruiting, because you can't get nowhere with the lies. And then you got this wishy-washy ass people out there, just while everything and their mama is clicking off. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, martial law. Like, we've been telling these motherfuckers they want martial law. They're like, it's a hoax. No, bitch. It's not a hoax. This is what they call for. Oh, you conspiracy theories with tinfoil, this, that, and the third. The nerve of these motherfuckers, right? The nerve of these motherfuckers. But I digress. See what I'm saying? I'm still trying to figure out, how in the world, these police officers, KKKs, didn't even at least, take off their uniform. You got some that just wanted to be seen on purpose, man. They were out there looting like a motherfucker. It is what it is. You had Antifa, KKK, all the motherfuckers breaking up shit. Just breaking up shit. Breaking the hood down. Because that's how much they love Black Lives Matter. Just like the nurse that was crying, because they were killing only black people in the hospital. She said, COVID ain't killing them. These doctors are killing them. And people totally disregard that, This should be listen, let me tell you something. Antifa's a motherfucker. Let me tell you something about Antifa. Antifa is not just something that just started. They are the color revolution. You know how many governments they already overthrew? That's even if whatever the fuck is, so what is paid by Joe Soros or whatever the fuck. They've been overthrowing governments forever. Do you know how close this fucking government was to be overthrown? You have no idea. By the will of the Most High Yah, for the elect's sake, and I guarantee you, for the elect's sake. Because this was all about who we are, our true identity. They don't want that. They can't afford that. The Most Highest person, they know what they're doing. Everybody that should be knowing this, they have an idea that the world ain't the same, but they're just not that in tune. They're so traumatized right now at this point, even to the point where the kids are stuck in the house this summer. People are going crazy. So I don't even know why they're getting too happy. Because the minute they come and they try to oppress folks with these fucking vaccines, it's just going to be another war. It is what it is. People are not trying to hear that shit. But they insist. They insist to come and use the army. Trump threatening folks to use the army. You really will do that? This when you start calling your loved ones on the phone. Like, you really gonna fucking do this to us? I'm gonna call a few of my fucking people and say, yo, what's really good? Navy, Air Force, military. Let's call our loved ones like, yo, what's really fucking good with this? What's really good? Because they the ones who got the fucking last say in everything. Fuck all that. We need to contact our loved ones. We need to be in tune with, especially Puerto Ricans and black. Let me tell y'all something. Black. I'm just going to say black. Because they colonized that shit really good. They in race and a language. They gave that shit to you. That shit don't got fucking nothing to do with us. Their motherfucking colonization shit. They couldn't just fucking be fucking thieves. They had to colonize you, rename you and everything to keep you sustained. That's how they sustain your motherfucking slavery in your motherfucking mind. With this fucking white honky ass Jesus. How many times, how many motherfucking centuries, how many generations them bow down to that motherfucker? Enough is enough. Enough is enough. People just don't get it. That's why your churches are closed. But you still got these fucking honkies out here. They need that. Let me say something. Let me go here, because I'm gonna go here. Let me go here real quick, right? Let me say something real quick. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. Who's that? Hold up. Let me find something because I gotta read this shit. Maybe it's and I think that is true. It is so motherfucking true. Could have been true. Okay. Where's that motherfucking post at? Africa freely gives 500 billion every year. No, here goes. Africa freely gives France 500 billion every year. China is busy minding South Africa, becoming rich. Africa is rich because, America is rich because of African slaves. Meanwhile, the Gentiles play church worldwide with African history, getting rich. White supremacy pastors think they have the Holy Spirit. I can go on, y'all. Wake the fuck up. Africa worldwide, rise up from your motherfucking sleeping ass slumbers. Let me go ahead and read that shit one more time. Period. Africa freely gives France 500 billion every year. China is busy minding South Africa becoming rich. America is rich because of African slaves. Meanwhile, the Gentiles play church worldwide with African history, getting rich. White supremacy pastors think they have the Holy Spirit. I can go on. Y'all, wake the fuck up. Africa worldwide, rise up from your sleeping slumbers. Please, do yourself a favor. Okay? Now, it would be nice if Candace, she's like Hillary Clinton. This bitch does not go away. She has to pop out, and I'm surprised this bitch didn't start shaking like her and whatnot. But I'll tell you, this bitch is very problematic and very uninformed, low IQ. I don't care how many books you read, girl. I don't know what kind of fucking talking points you be studying, practicing, bitch, but you need to come correct or don't come at all. Somebody send this bitch. If that bitch don't get the fuck on, to make a long story short, going back to her, because she is not the black face. You know what I'm saying? She is not the mama from the motherland. She is not none of that. She a soul out individual who sold her soul. I could have been like, she a sold out bitch, because I know that's what you... Baby. Shit. Yo, this your girl to talk with Tiny. Let me get the fuck up off of here. Because I got better things to do. I gotta pee. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already know. Excuse my French. And shit like that. The Talk with Tiny. Like, share, subscribe. Do not send any motherfucking trolls over here. I will block that bitch. Like, 1-800 block that hoe. And, excuse my French. On that note, when I'm not speaking this foul language, I can be appropriate. I know how to speak properly. But once again, in a time like that, I'm so frustrated. I'm not here for your itching ears. I'm here to sound the alarm. I want to sound the alarm. I want you to know your enemies. I want you to see what you looking at. Who think they talking for us? Like, somebody call that bitch on the phone and let her know, like, you are not the black face for Africa worldwide. Bitch, you love your European husband. Right now we having fucking issues in the motherland. Europeans do not want to stop being the slave masters. You got China in there trying to dig some more holes out. They already done got super rich. Like, we talking about billions of dollars in France. Okay? Like, that alone. And America. You know America helping them motherfucking selves. You know what I'm saying? And meanwhile, America is busy trying to fucking kill all the black people. Kill them. That's what they want. Kill them. And keep depopulating. Give them condoms so they don't have to have babies in Africa. We need their land. We need that land. That land is blessed with plenty of resources. And during them slaves were everything. You know what I'm saying? They fucking wringing the rags out for what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm so fucking sick and tired of motherfuckers sitting here acting like we ain't never been through this. And that's why we can't ever get past certain stages, because they keep us docile, caught up in a braid, fucking thinking like we don't. Not everybody is lack of knowledge, you know. Not everybody is here to be sleeping slumbers. Not everybody needs to be a sleeping slumber. If you hear me at the tone of my voice, wake the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a game. If you fail your children, you have already failed your grandchildren. You know what I'm saying? And I go hard because they deserve a future. And the only way to get rid of this fucking nightmare, it would be to abolish this whole fucking system. The only way that can happen, it's gonna be brimstone and everything else on this motherfucker, and you will see. And if the Most High, they have to get through the valley of Josaphat. I promise you that one. And it's not gonna be good. It's your girl to talk with Tiny. Like, share, subscribe. Hit me up. You already know. Period.